This is Old Key Church, K-E-A. And if you're wondering if there is a new Key Church, yes, there is. It's quite interesting, this. They actually just uprooted the entire village and moved when the local economy changed. But speaking of economical changes, Elon Musk being sued again, and Twitter, X, whatever it's called this week. Now, I know they get sued a lot, but there are a couple of cases, and it gives me an opportunity just to talk about some subjects generally. So what's the first case? Well, X, as in Twitter, is being sued by a company called X. You can probably see where this is going. The other X, or the original X, as they would say, they're also a social media company. They specialise in promoting things for lawyers who do sort of like big group litigation type things, you know, class actions in the United States. And they've been established for quite a while now. And their argument is, well, hang on a second, you know, we've established a brand which we've been using. The X trademark for social media belongs to us. Because this is the thing with trademarks. A trademark is just a way of identifying your brand. And it's different from copyright. I mean, sometimes people might have a logo as part of their trademark and they might copyright the design. But actually you can use anything. I mean, you know, Bass famously just used the red triangle. And obviously you can't copyright red triangles. But in this particular instance, they're suing for what is effectively called passing off. In other words, you're using our brand. And there will be a risk of confusion. You know, our clients may get confused, you know, people looking for us may get confused with you. Because that's one of the tests for passing off is there legitimate confusion? But also, is there an overlap in the areas? This cropped up actually with Apple. Apple, the computer company, and Apple, the Beatles company. There was a bit of a row as to who was entitled to use the name. And the settlement basically was Beatles, Apple can use anything, you know, Apple pertaining to music, and Apple can use Apple pertaining to anything but music. And that caused quite a lot of problems when iTunes came along. There was a lot of litigation there. And you may have noticed that you couldn't get the Beatles back catalogue on iTunes for quite a while. I'm not quite sure why that was, though, because Michael Jackson used to own the Beatles back catalogue, but I think somehow Paul McCartney exercised a veto or something. Also, interestingly, there are two Budweisers in the United States, because basically the company came along and split, and now two people use the Budweiser brand. And again, there's a moratorium there where there was a settlement where they agreed not to sue each other for at least 10 years. And then on the 5-5 on the last day, one of the companies did actually try and sue the other one, just not to give them time to respond. But the court said, nice try. Also, next time you're in Aldi, have a look and see if it's predominantly blue or predominantly yellow, because there are actually two Aldis. They split as well. There's a big row between the shareholders, and they basically took half the stores each, and that's how you can tell who's got what by the colour scheme. But anyway, yeah, with Elon Musk, stroke Twitter, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I've had a cursory glance through the particulars of claim, and it does seem, you know, it's clearly not a frivolous lawsuit. I won't comment on the merits of the case, but it's certainly, there's an arguable case there, so that might be quite interesting. I mean, we know Musk has been trying to get everything pertaining to X. I mean, he's even trying to buy one company just because their stock exchange ticker symbol is X. So they just want to buy the company just to have that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. I mean, will they just agree to settle this? Will they agree to sort of, you know, go their separate ways, or will somebody be paying something to somebody else? We'll have to wait and see. The other case, Musk is being sued personally over a tweet. And he's being sued by somebody who Musk identified as part of a sort of Twitter crowd as being a rioter in some sort of, you know, sort of Antifa, as it's incorrectly pronounced type thing. But not only did he say this person was a rioter, he said actually it's a false flag, it's probably an undercover FBI agent. Now this chap, of course, he's saying, well, hang on, that's not even me. I'm not even there. And you know, and apparently it can prove he wasn't there, and also that it doesn't actually look anything like the person Musk and others have said he is. But that's going to be an interesting one, because that's a defamation claim. What's the defamation? Well, it's basically that he was a rioter, and they're emphasising that riot is a crime that attracts very serious penalties, because, you know, you've still got, even in the US, you've got to show some harm, and accusing somebody of a serious crime is harm. Interestingly though, accusing somebody of being an undercover agent probably isn't. There's a case here where it was somebody in a social club, and apparently somebody had tipped off the authorities about some sort of illegal gambling. So a sign was put up going, "Don't trust so-and-so, he's just a snitch." And that gentleman sued for defamation. But what the court said is, the test for defamation would lower the people's opinion of you in the eyes of right-minded people. And what they said is, well, actually, no, right-minded people would, of course, support the police and would report crime. So therefore, it's not defamatory to say somebody is a snitch. So there you go. So we'll have to wait and see. I'll keep an eye on those two. Like I say, I've only just seen the particular claim in both cases today. So at some stage in the future, if it gets more interesting, I'll have a deeper delve. But anyway, hope you found that vaguely interesting, as always. If you did, I keep forgetting to ask this at the beginning, please click like and subscribe. I'll say that at the beginning, and if you don't like it, you can always unlike it, and you can always unsubscribe. But yeah,